I don't do the cheap. Drippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap. Hands up, it's a robbery. I'm so sick and tired of the pictury from these Willy Wonka rap freaks. Coming up, you wanna be luck? Pressing they luck. What? You thought it was over? You one hit wonders. I'm not your blunder. Just lighten up my foes like thunder. Crack a whip and put you in a fix. Doggy style, cause they like it from behind. Buy my drink, they wasn't ready for a fusion mix. So I guess I'll hit you with them fashion tips. Break you of them flea market nicks that you know you wearing. That shit dripping in Dolce and Gabbana, flipping that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap. Dripping in Dolce and Gabbana, flipping that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap.
Dripping in them jeans, skin tight at the bottom. Say, boy, up with my hips, it's gon' be a problem. You see me looking fly, I see you looking right. You wanna take the pretty kitty home tonight? That's something I'm not with, don't mistake me for your last trick. You got me down if you hold this, cause you don't cap, that's not for this. If we match up, that'll help me stack up to no grade and replace it. If you wanna act up, baby, we get crunk, watch the labels, don't break my stuff. Please believe I'm forcing in, it's authentic. I'm not like them fake hoes whose gear is rented. And them BOGO shoes that they cop for pay less. Bitch, my ring's worth more than your last 3
Flippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap. Drippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap. On my way home, this chump call my phone, talking real slick, say he wanna take a flick, pop in, he'll make me rich if I strip and tease, baby please. Don't you know I'm that boss G? What you got me mixed up with another chick? That bitch that sucked up on his homie's dick. Now he laid up on another skit. He like them pumped up lips and her fake tits. Don't trip, I keep a good grip, and even if I don't, I got that dude slip. It's not an urban myth, I broke it off the switch to another side, cause the biggie wouldn't ride. Drippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that Fendi and that Prada. Shit, my walk is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap. Drippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that
Hey, come through, Renegades, come through.
Yep, and all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap.
Hey,
Drippin' in Dolce and Gabbana, flippin' that Fendi
come through.
Shit, my work is thicker than a model. Yep, and it all better be authentic, cause I don't do the cheap.
Yes, come through, Renegades. Come through. Happy Friday to you all. Shout out to all my Renegades. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to the official Renegades moderator, Stephanie, for always holding it down for us. Shout out to all my LGBTQIA plus individuals in the building, giving the very much unique. And shout out to the replay gang. What it do, Renegades? What it do? Oh, yes, it's Labor Day weekend, honey. Get all the way into it. Make sure you girls be out here drinking responsibly. Okay? Drink responsibly during this Labor Day weekend. But, girl, y'all know I had to come through, honey. Girl, I had some fumbles round at the Krispy Kremes. Child, y'all better be checking out my shorts. Honey, I am in the house of slithering, girl. But girl, I got an old nasty piece of stunt pulled on me earlier today, Miss Thing, girl. So y'all go on over there and check out my shorts, honey, okay? But yeah, child, I said, girl, let me go ahead and leave Krispy Kreme alone and get back to the Cardi B case because we've been tracking this thing, child. Okay, and they just had day 3. Now they in recess until after the holiday. So I figured, girl, let me just come on and pop on and let's discuss what had happened around there in this assault case with Cardi B on day 3, Miss Thing Girl. So that's what I'm here to do. Cause girl, yeah, I can't do Krispy Kremes anymore right now, Miss Thing Girl. I'm over it. Okay. So I said, girl, let me bring my ass on here and shout and get into the meat and potatoes of what we found out and learned regarding this case, honey, on day 3. So shout out to everybody in the building. Come through, come through. I hope everybody enjoying their weekend and plan on having a safe and fabulous Labor Day weekend. Okay, gang gang. Child, now I gotta say, y'all know how we gotta start it off. Girl, the wig was wigging. Okay, hold on. We gotta get into the wig day 3. Baby, it was giving an old side part. Okay. It's giving mermaid. It's giving a little mermaid. Okay. Little mermaid teens. So yeah, the wig was giving. She looked good in the wig on day 3. Okay. So come through with the side parts. Okay. The little side part action. Okay. It gave. What y'all girls think of day 3 wig? Huh? Okay. I'm going to give it a 10. Okay. Put your 10s or put the fire emoji if you're giving it a 10 for day 3 wig. Or put a chop. Okay. Put the X if you're giving it a chop. Okay. I'm gonna give it a 10s, okay? I'm gonna give it an old nasty piece of 10s round there. So yeah, that one was giving. So first off, the wig was giving. The wig was wigging, okay? It was doing what she needed to do. Okay, Queen Tosa say 10s. Hey Queen Tosa, what's up, Buttercup? Let me see who all up in here right quick. What's up? Just read my book. Hey, Room Shaker, what it do, honey? Yes. What's up, Sagittarius Queen? Come through, come through. And to all the girls that's in the bushes, honey, y'all can like this video as well, please and thank you. Don't do me, okay? Yes, don't do me. So the girls is giving it a 10 on day 3 wig. Okay, so 10s. 10s across the board. All right, let's get on into the meat and potatoes, honey. Because girl, on day 3, we got to hear from people that were actually in the doctor's office on that day. So we got to hear from the receptionist. We finally got to hear from Dr. Fininky. And we also got to hear testimony from another psychologist on the defensive side, on Carney's side. Okay. So we heard from all of these people on that day, as well as the resumed testifying from Cardi B herself. Okay. Now the first thing I want to clear up, let me get right on into this before we get into the meat and potatoes, Miss Thing Girl. Let's just go ahead and clear up what Cardi said regarding the spit. Okay, because that's been quite a concern of mine. Okay, that has been a pressing issue to me. Okay, about the spit. What's up, T-Boo? Hey, love, my house is slithering sister. Come through, come through. So yeah, the spit was concerning to me. So yeah, honey, let's get into what Cardi had to say regarding this spit, child. Okay, hold on, let me run it. Let me run it.
But we both have different opinions. It's a verbal altercation. She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Oh, she said, now when asked, was there spitting? You heard Cardi B say, absolutely not. So she's denying the allegations of the spit. Okay. Now that was one of the things that was definitely pressing to me. I'm like, I hope Cardi wasn't around there spitting on nobody, child, because that is disgusting. Your ass need to pay if you spit on somebody. Okay? But she is denying the allegations of the spit. Okay? So, girl, girl? What had happened? Hold on, let me run it back a little peek.
So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her the N-word?
No.
What is, when you say there was...
So she's saying there was no spitting and she did not call her the N-word. I said, ooh. Well, she denying them allegations. Hey, Miss Douglas, how are you, boo? So she denying those allegations of the spit and the name calling of the N-word. Okay? I said, oh, So, yeah, Cardi said she ain't spit on nobody. I said, oh, okay. As long as you letting it be known what had happened around now, honey, we just gonna go with it. If you saying it, we ain't gonna say you a liar. We just gonna go with it. So, honey, she's saying she did not spit on Imani Ellis. Okay? Oh, yes, honey, this is Cardi B versus Ellis, day 3. Psychological inconsistencies. Let's get into it. Now, I had to clear that up because, girl, we was worried about the spit part, but Cardi is denying that. Now, let's get into day 3, what actually happened and what was the testimony of the receptionist, Dr. Fininky, and the other psychologists, as well as Cardi. Now, they was already in the beginning, they was worried about not getting the testimony from the receptionist, Amanda Kelly is her name, because they said when she was identified and called, she was unavailable due to child care issues, but they was able to bring her in later on down the line. So they pretty much had like rushed through with whatever testimony they needed from Cardi, and then they broke into her coming onto the stand. Now they're saying that the first plastic surgeon, what's up, honey? Hey, how are you, boo? What's up, Dovey love? How are you, boo? Now they saying that the first surgeon that Imani went to, he's done passed on. She was treated by this surgeon in 2018. Okay, but he has thus so passed on. So it was, I don't know why they needed to bring all that up, honey, but that was a big issue. It was also a big issue about the attorneys, both on the defense and the prosecutor side. They just kept arguing. They was being very immature. It was giving cat fight, okay? Why is these two attorneys in there having cat fights every day? I don't understand it, Miss Thing Girl. They is over there having hissy fits, talking over each other, just throwing the whole professionalism out the door. Okay? I know the judge tired of it. I know the jurors is tired of it. And we damn sure is tired of all the little cat fights between the attorneys. Because they was back up in that courtroom, cat fighting, hissing, windmilling at each other, child. Just talking all over each other. Just making a whole big hoopla about nothing. Okay? First they said, oh, you said that you didn't have this witness ready. Well, why you got him ready now? We didn't know about it. You should have told us. You bringing this up now, and we wasn't aware. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, girl, get over it. The people are here. Put them on the stand. Let's hear the testimony. So yeah, girl, was a lot of that going on again in day 3. Them attorneys over there can't hold their composure, okay? They is fighting for this case. Baby, them girls is fighting. Baby, them girls is not going down without a fight. Now, what it seems to be, the attorney for Miss Ellis is the youngest one. He the younger one, okay? You can tell he's still wet behind the ears, child. He still got milk on his breath when it comes to, in regards to law, okay? You could clearly tell that, because Cardi's lawyer is on his ass, okay? He objecting everything left to right, Miss Thing Girl. He's saying, why do we need this? Why do we need that? Well, you should have been prepared. You're not prepared. woo wop the bam. So he keep calling it out. Okay. You can tell he's the seasoned girl out of the two. He done been in a few courtrooms in his day. Okay. So yeah, he is letting the newbie have it. And he catching them at any technicality, any slight, any mishap. He catching it and objecting it, calling it out, and girl, letting it be known. So girl, them girls is having a full-on battle. Full-on battle. So, girl, Cardi takes the stand again, okay? They get to asking about that phone. The phone that she seen Miss Ellis holding, okay, near her breast area, holding it up as if she was recording Cardi. They asked Cardi, could she identify the phone? Cardi said it was square. Bitch, Bitch, I died. She said, baby, they asked Cardi, can you identify the phone? She said, can you give us a description of the phone? She said it was square. I said, well, that's accurate. Most phones are square. Nowadays, baby, I died when she said, I said, oh, Lord, I said, here it comes. She is the drama. Cardi say she is the drama. I said, girl, you better come bring that drama. Because, girl, she said it's square. It was square. I said, oh, my Jesus. So she said it probably perhaps did have a phone case on it. Woo wop bam. But other than that, that's all she could give them, that it was square. Okay? So then, child, Ellis' attorney was trying to make it seem like Cardi was the one causing the disturbance in the medical building. And when asked to leave by security, Miss Ellis, that she should have just left the building instead of engaging in a verbal altercation. So he was trying to make it seem like, well, if you was the one causing the disturbance, then you should have been getting up out of there. You should have just left. Don't you think if you're asked to leave a building by security, you should be leaving? They was like, objection, objection. I said, ooh, now you trying to catch her up by way of the security. Because, yeah, if you're asked to leave a building by security, yeah, you should be leaving. But she had an appointment. If the security is popping off, then why the fuck should I have to leave? But, yeah, they definitely tried to make that seem like, he tried to make that seem like a situation. He tried to use that. I was like, ooh, that's messy. That's messy. I said, my. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up what else Cardi had to say about the incident, child. Hold on.
You were at a high level of anger when you were chest to chest with her, correct?
I don't think I was like on a high level of angry. I was more on a high level of concern. Very concerned.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant.
Oh.
And this girl's about to fucking beat my ass.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Not hello. Not the response was hello. Oh, girl, these girls is catty in this courtroom, huh? Okay. So Cardi clearly said that she was nervous. Okay. She was more so nervous because she thinking like, girl, I'm pregnant. This one finna try to beat my ass. Hello? Hello, caller, are you there? I say, ooh, you better tell it like your TIE is, Cardi. But y'all hear the attorney gonna respond with a hello? I say, these girls is catty. Catty, listen.
And this girl's about to fucking beat my ass. Hello?
Hello.
He gonna say hello. Ooh, girl, they is messy. I'm telling you, this is drama filled, hun. So, not only was he trying to paint a picture that Cardi should have left the building after being asked to leave by security because she was the one allegedly causing the disturbance. She like, yeah, no. Okay, no, ma'am. So I was like, ooh, they being real messy to try to him up like that. So then, child, okay, Pretty much like I said, well, what y'all just heard, she was saying that she was disabled, okay, because of her pregnancy. And she felt like in that moment she couldn't defend herself as being a pregnant woman, okay? They try to make it seem like, well, are you disabled now? Baby, this Miss Ellis attorney. Well, is you disabled now? She like, no, I'm just disabled when I'm pregnant. And that I would consider that a disability. I mean, it may not be a long-term disability, okay? But I would consider that a disability, being pregnant. You carrying a whole damn body, another human being in your belly. Y'all see how these pregnant women be walking around, look like they about to fall, looking like penguins. Baby, they be wobbling like penguins. The women be, ooh. And this ain't no shade to my pregnant women. But y'all know how the pregnant women be wilding like penguins, child. That's a disability in its own, child. Okay? So yeah, I would consider that a disability, being pregnant. So yeah, I would feel like, yeah, I'm in danger if I was pregnant and I had to feel like I had to defend myself. Okay? But y'all clearly heard what she said. She felt like old girl was gonna whoop her ass. Hello? Mm-hmm. Now, Cardi also claims there was no touching involved. Say they was just chest to chest. Okay? That's what she said day 2. She said the same thing she said day 2 that she said in day 3. Okay? She considers the only physical contact was perhaps their chest, touching chest to chest. Okay? But anything other than that, she don't feel like if it was physical. She also claims that she was both angry and nervous at a high and had a high level of concern due to her pregnancy, and she thought that Miss Ellis was gonna beat her ass. Okay, we just clearly heard that. I'll let y'all hear that part. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Where we at? She also said, okay. Hold on. Okay. She also said she was calling Imani a bitch, but not fat. Okay, so she's taking accountability for calling her a bitch, but she's not taking accountability for calling her fat. So she says she wasn't fat shaming her, but she was calling her bitches. And she also said that she told her security about the incident once she got into the examination room. Because remember, that was still a pondering question of ours. When did she contact her security? Because we do know that her security was there, but he was not on the 5th floor with her because she left him downstairs because she didn't want him to know that she was at the vagina doctor's. Okay? So he didn't know, he wasn't on the floor that she was on. So we find out in day 3 that once she got into, after the altercation ensued and she was instructed and escorted to the actual examination room, that's when she called and informed her security guard that was downstairs of the incident. But she really didn't go into detail. She pretty much was just like, well, you wouldn't believe what happened to me, and I'm gonna let you know once I get downstairs, pretty much. So she told the security guard about the incident once she got into the examination room, and she said that she was pretty much done with it. She didn't have no concern with it anymore, and that she was going to inform her security guard of what had happened when she met him downstairs after the doctor's appointment. She's saying that now this is Cardi, this is her on the stand. She's saying that she didn't see any scratches on Imani's face, and she couldn't have caused any scratches because she never touched Imani. Okay? Now they asked her about the nails again and what type of nails she had on that day. She's saying that she had on square coffin-shaped nails. Okay. Now, child, they pulled up a picture of some nails during that weekend because during that weekend, she went to the All-Stars game. And child, they had this photo. Now, I don't know. Ooh, maybe these is. Okay, I guess these would be considered. But I'm going to let y'all take a look at them. Here go the nails in question. These are the nails that she supposed to have had on, child, during that week of the incident. Okay, what would y'all call those, ladies? Are these dangerous? Are these sharp? What would you ladies say? All the ladies that get their nails done, what is it giving regarding these nails? Now, I would believe you could still scratch somebody with these motherfuckers. They may not look sharp, but they look like they're still scratched, in my opinion. So these are supposed to be the nails that she had on with the flat rhinestones. Okay, these are supposed to be the nails that Imani say scratched her on her nose and cheek and drew blood. Okay, what is it giving to y'all? Is these, because Cardi say these not sharp. Now, I'm inclined to believe Cardi, these would be sharp as well. Okay, they may not be the ones with the little tip, the stiletto type, but yeah, I still think these would be able to scratch somebody. But what do y'all think in the chat? Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. Hold on. Hey, honey. She said she was scared, but chest to chest with the lady. She thought she gonna beat her ass, beat her up. Oh, Miss Douglas say you cannot stand chest to chest with a pregnant person, and your stomach is touching in the way she sped on her. Just read my book. Say the shape isn't sharp, but those crystals will snag and scratch. Good point. Just read my book. That's what I would think. The adornment on the nails may call a scratching or bruise or cut. What's up, Winter? Say, hey, QB, no matter what the shape, we women can still scratch you. Okay, that's what I was definitely thinking. Like, they'll still scratch you no matter what shape they are. Hey, Tatiana, say definitely square coffin, not sharp. Okay, Tatiana say these are not sharp enough to maybe perhaps scratch you. But do you think they would still scratch you though? They may not be sharp, but are they still able to scratch you? Because I was always taught, honey, a dull knife will cut you faster than a sharper one. Now you know that, Tatiana. What had happened? Ooh. Buttercup say, if she had a belly bump and was showing where you could see, but folks was speculating, Imani would have been too happy to show evidence and possibly sell photos. Ooh, good point, Buttercup. Tatiana say, they may leave a whelp, but no skin will break, in my opinion. Ooh, okay. So those were the nails in question. And Cardi say those were the square coffin nails. And I see that some of you ladies concur. So y'all saying those are those type of nails. Okay. They wasn't the long 3-inch stiletto nails that we usually see Cardi in the music videos and things of that nature in. Okay. So we did get to see the nails in question during the altercation. Now, I don't know. Oh, she also said that Miss Ellis told her, I don't care who you are, you gonna get the fuck out of my building. Okay? Now, they saying and they asking her, well, during the altercation and y'all was yelling and having a yelling match, do you believe spit was coming out of your mouth while you were speaking and yelling? She said no. Okay? She said no. So that's what she said to that. So that's why she's saying it wasn't no spit. So yeah, child. Cardi also had this to say. Let's get into this little clip right quick. Okay, I think this is my last little clip.
I was like, that's a fucking lie.
Oh.
Fuck out of here. Trying to get some money.
Oh.
What was that?
This is when Cardi found out that she was being sued. Okay. When she was being sued because they asked her, did she go on social media and try to drag and blast Miss Ellis after the incident? She said, yeah, I did. Because she was online first. Miss Ellis took to live first and was making it seem like Cardi had assaulted her. So Cardi says she went on live and she pretty much had to say, yeah, girl, no, that ain't what happened. You're lying. And then she finds out that she's being sued for $24 million. Now, we wanted to know the amount the other day in day 2, but we hadn't found out just of yet. But now we know. $24 million. Imani Ellis is suing Cardi B for $24 million. Okay? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, Cardi say that, yeah, she said that Miss Ellis went on social media, then Cardi went on social media after Miss Ellis and denied she touched her. And saying that pretty much Miss Ellis is only trying to get some money. What you say around that, Cardi? Let the
I was
girl
like, that's
hear
a
it.
fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Trying to get some money.
Oh.
What was that?
I said, that's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. He's trying to get some money.
Who's trying to get some money?
She is.
Oh.
How do you know that?
Because she sued me for $24 million.
Did you sue her?
No. I was like, that's a fucking lie.
So Cardi ain't even suing her. But she's being sued for $24 million due to a scratch. Girl. This is messy boots. Let's get back into the details, child. Let's get back into the details. So then, child, the receptionist finally comes, busts through, okay? Tierra Malcolm, okay? Before Tierra Malcolm testimony, once Cardi disclosed how much she's being sued for, $24 million, okay? She also alleges that Imani said to her, this bitch hit me, I'm about to fuck her up, okay? This is what she said. She said to the receptionist, okay? She told the receptionist when the receptionist, Tierra Malcolm, was trying to break it up and came out initially and was like, what's going on? Cardi said that Imani said, this bitch hit me, I'm about to fuck her up. Okay? Cardi also says that Imani was blocking her from getting out of the way of her and being able to walk off. So, excuse me. So she's also alleging that Imani was blocking her way. Okay? Cardi also testified and said she did not see Miss Ellis when she left the building. So once she had ran into her that first time by the elevator and they had their verbal, quote unquote, altercation, then she didn't see her anymore after that. Okay? So then Tierra Malcolm takes the stand. Okay? And let me see what y'all saying right quick. Yeah, 24 million is an overkill. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm just like, what, girl? What? 24 million? Tatiana say, remember this all happened 7 years ago when she was pregnant with Culture. Definitely some bullshit. Okay, Buttercup say that was truly a waste. This was truly a waste. Yeah, it's certainly looking like it is. Ooh, but I'm here to talk about it, honey. Because Cardi say she is the drama. So we getting into the drama. Buttercup say, they said the woman walked across the street to find an attorney. Oh, Lord. She was thirsty then. Oh, yeah, that's giving thirst bucket teas, child. Just read my book say, this could have all been solved with hospital/doctor records. Where's the surgery bill? Did she get stitches? Does she even have an acne scar? Well, child, that's why she was over there getting the micro needling. That's why she was over there getting them $8,000 a session micro needling sessions, child. So let's get into what Tierra Malcolm had to say on the stand. So she says she works for Women's Care OBGYN office. That was the office that the incident occurred at. She said they purposely closed. Now clock this, see. She said they purposely closed the office that day to accommodate Cardi and to remain her, to keep her privacy. Okay. Now, she also said she heard commotion while waiting on Cardi, and that's what prompted her to get up and see what was going on. She say she seen Cardi's back up against the wall and a lot of pointing and cursing. Okay? This is the receptionist, Tierra Malcolm, that was there on that day. Okay? She says she walked over and got in between the two ladies and asked Miss Ellis what was she doing and instructed Miss Ellis to get back to her post. She said Cardi was behind her and she was scratched. Tierra said she was scratched on the forehead by Miss Ellis. She said she didn't realize it until she had went to escort Cardi to the examination room. And she said one of the nurses informed her that she was bleeding on the forehead. I said, oh, Lord, all these facial wounds. What happened? Girl. Now, they ain't said Miss Ellis done drew no blood, okay? But they saying that the receptionist, got scratched and blood was drew on her. Okay, I said, ooh, this is messy, girl. Oh, who got scratched, bitch? Who actually got scratched round there, honey? Was it Imani or Tierra? Ooh. So, like I said she seen no marks or scratches or spit on Miss Ellis at all during the time of her trying to break the ladies up and escort Cardi to safety. Okay? This is Tierra, the receptionist. She says she's seen no marks, scratches, or spit on Imani. She says Cardi did not hit or scratch Miss Ellis with her nails. Okay? Miss Ellis Tierra says that Miss Ellis reached out to her several months later, asking if she can help her after she got fired. Miss Malcolm, the receptionist, respectfully declined. I said, ooh. I said, ooh, no, ma'am, the shade of it all. You done scratched this woman. You done drew blood. You didn't listen to her orders when she told you to get back to your post. You went on steadily trying to fight to the point where you done drew blood from me on my forehead. You gonna disregard my orders. You get your ass fired. And then you want to call me asking me for help? Tierra said, find somebody else to do it. Okay? So yeah, she said she was Miss Ellis did reach out to her several months later, asking if she could help her out regarding her termination, and Tierra Malcolm declined. Now, Tierra, the receptionist, she also gave a statement to the building management because they asked her what had happened. Okay? They needed information from the people that were there at the time this situation happened, and she was asked to provide a statement to them. Okay? She is testifying that no one touched each other because she seen Cardi cornered. Okay? When she initially came out. She says she spent about a minute with Cardi in the examination room. And when asked about the nails, Miss Malcolm says she don't know what she wears. Bitch, I was dead. Baby, when she said that, I was like, oh no, man. She said she ain't been it and she ain't in it. They said, well, what do you know what type of nails Cardi had on? Did they have rhinestone? What shape were they? Baby, Tierra say, I don't know what she wears. Baby, I was through. Oh, shit. I get my life. I said, now that's a good witness. Take note, grandmama and mother. See, that's the testimony, the way Tierra Malcolm was set up on that stand, honey, is the way grandmama and the mama, Imani's mama, should have been set up on day 2. Oh, yes. Because when she said, I don't know what she wears, baby, I was like, ooh, clock it. Clock it. She ain't getting into that. Girl, I don't recall. She sure did. Baby, I was dead laughing. Oh, yes, honey. Yeah, not grandmama. Yeah, when grandmama was up there telling and saying, oh, her face looked good. The surgeon did good, girl. All you was doing was agreeing to her death. That's all grandmama was doing. When grandmama expressed how pleased she was with the work that Fininky was round there doing on her granddaughter's face, when she let it be known that she was pleased with that work, all she did was confirm her granddaughter's death. So yeah, she should have definitely took note from Tierra, because Miss Tierra Malcolm, she knew what to say. When asked about the nails, she say, I don't know what she wears. Now, she also claims that the cut that was bleeding on her forehead, she believes Miss Ellis caused it, because during the altercation, when she tried to break it up, she say Cardi B was behind her. So she don't believe somebody that's was behind her will be able to scratch her in the front of her forehead. Okay? So she went on ahead and shut that down. She went on ahead and shut that down because the Imani's lawyer kept on saying, well, you sure it wasn't Cardi, even though she was behind you? You don't know, excuse me, you didn't see her. You don't know if her hand reached over you and scratched you. Like, come on, dude. You could tell that attorney is, baby, he's so young. Because, baby, that shit that anybody can put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, like, yeah, only way that would happen if she actually grabbed me, from behind. Then we could say something like that would have happened to somebody, from somebody that was behind them, if she was actually grabbed from behind. But if she's not being grabbed from behind, why would you try to make it seem like she received a cut in the front of her from somebody that's behind? whether they wailing their hands, pointing, or what have you, they're not going to be able to get to your forehead and cause you no injury. So, yeah, she didn't believe it. She ain't buying it. And she pretty much said, no, I believe Miss Ellis caused my injury. Okay, period. And then she said she didn't need no medical attention. She ain't need no $8,000 surgery treatments and all this old stuff going back and forth to this doctor, this psychologist, and shit like that. She said she put some alcohol on it. And I thought that's what we said a day or so ago too. I think we said that in day one. We was like, girl, why you just ain't get you some do you some peroxide and put you some Neosporin on that and keep it moving, girl. Because that's what Tiara said she did. She said when they finally told her that she had a small cut or lash or bruise on her forehead that was bleeding, she said all she did was went in there and put a little alcohol on it and she kept it moving. So why wasn't Miss Imani able to do the same? Girl. Now, Tiara also, Miss Malcolm also testifies that she does not recall Cardi saying the N-word. She also says that Miss Ellis did have her phone in her hand at the time of the incident. Okay? So Cardi wasn't making up shit. The lady did have a phone out. Because it's another party that's saying so. Okay? Miss Washington also testified that she was not aware if Miss Ellis was informed about Cardi's arrival prior to Cardi arriving. Okay? So she say she knew because she was waiting on Cardi. And there's a probability that sometimes the security is informed of who's supposed to be coming to the medical center if they're a high profile client. She said they wanted to know, is that something that they mandatorily do? But she couldn't give a definite answer on that. Okay, she said she don't know nothing about that. But she knew that Cardi was supposed to be there. So in my opinion, I'm thinking, and this just me just speculating and assuming, I would assume that if the receptionist know, someone had to inform the security. I would think. If you have a high profile celebrity client coming into your establishment, you already shutting the place down for the day. You only coming into the office to just service this particular client. I would think that somebody would have whispered something into your ear about this high profile individual arriving there. If you're there supposed to be securing the place and you're there on a day when it's not operating. So I'm inclined to believe that she should have been informed or was informed, but Tiara couldn't give a definite answer on that. So that's still kind of sketchy. Buttercup say, yep, some peroxide, alcohol, ointment, and a Band-Aid. That's all she needed. Hey, Miss Queenie. Yes, come through, love. And thank you, boo. So, yeah, she's saying she really can't give an answer on that. Okay. Now, I think that was pretty much the end of her testimony. And then they asked again about them nails, which I showed y'all. They said those nails was from the All-Star Weekend. And she said she had those nails on the whole time in LA. Okay. These, and let me just show y'all again for the ones who didn't get a chance to see it. These are the nails, and these were the nails that she wore that whole weekend in LA, and these were the nails that are in question during the altercation. Okay, the square coffin nails with the flat rhinestones. Okay. Now we got to get into. Hold on. Let's get into. And shout out to everybody in the building, gang, gang. I hope y'all keeping up and y'all get some clarity on what had happened around here on day 3. Now, let's see where we at. Okay, so after the receptionist testimony and her being cross-examined, they brought up something about somebody else that claimed they was in the building that day. Michael Schwartz or something of the nature. And this is supposed to be a witness for the prosecutor's side, for ELLIS's side. Some guy, Michael Schwartz, was supposed to have been a patient on the 5th floor at another doctor's office, and he was supposed to have witnessed what had happened along with a Miss Percy. Now they saying that these 2 people are also potential witnesses. Now I'm quite confused about this because now I thought y'all say the offices. Well, I guess their office, because there's many offices in that building. Because it seems like it's one of those buildings that houses many little offices, So it could be a possibility of that. So they bringing up this person, child. They put them 2 people up as also potential witnesses. So I guess we'll find out if these 2 people gonna come forward once they resume. Michael Schwartz, who was supposed to have been a patient on the 5th floor, and they claiming that he seen something, and a Miss Percy as well. I say, oh. So that's still up for grabs because we don't know yet if they gonna come forth. We're not sure if they gonna come forth or not. But they were brought up. They were brought up and mentioned. Okay. All right. Then we had Dr. James Rosenberg. Dr. James Rosenberg was one of the psychologists that had evaluated. He was the psychologist that did an evaluation and emotional injury claim. Well, no, my bad. Let me take that back. He did the emotional and psychological evaluation on her. They also said that she put in an emotional injury claim 5 years after the incident. Okay. So Dr. James Rosenberg said, now check this lick out, y'all, because he go where his money get the back to adding up. Baby, it seemed like when them psychologists hit the stands, honey, that's when y'all get the hint. That's when we get the hint about that money and how much was being charged and all these bills that Miss Thing got out there. Okay. He say his base rate is $550 an hour for just reviewing records. Okay. And there's an $800 an hour charge for his testimony in the court. And that's in 4-hour blocks. I say, oh no, ma'am. He say he has thus far charged, including with the evaluation, the psychological evaluation of Miss Ellis, he has thus far charged $30K. He say he did 6 hours of evaluation with audio recordings with Miss Ellis. Okay. I said, damn, 30K, bitch? Ooh. So he is definitely getting paid. To be on the stand. Now, the difference between him and Fininky wasn't charging to give his testimony. He was just there to give an account. But Rosenberg was like new. James Rosenberg, he charging. Okay, he said $800 an hour for testimony in 4-hour blocks, bitch. So thus far, again, he has charged $30K for his services. In his findings, he concluded, okay, because like we thought, she was around there shading in bubbles and stuff on a survey, questionnaire, or what have you. And then she was asked some questions by him personally, which were audio recorded. After all of that, his findings concluded severe exaggeration, gross fabrication, and intentional manipulation for secondary gain. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? When Dr. James Rosenberg, after his evaluations, after her questionnaire and 6 hours of audio recordings with Miss Imani Ellis, he concluded severe exaggeration, gross fabrication, and intentional manipulation for secondary gain. I said, well, damn. Oh. He said with them tests that she was doing around there, she was scoring too high to have PTSD and all these other symptoms due to a small inconvenience. Okay? He's saying that she had already described some type of trauma in her childhood with some losses and some other things that she had experienced in her childhood that her mama failed to mention. Because remember, her mama said, oh no, she don't get into no fights. She just an angel. She don't be confrontational. She try to be compassionate to people. She avoids any type of confrontation or mishaps or whatever. But then she was over there with that Dr. Rosenberg telling him about all her shit that had happened in her past. And he like, okay, well, if you didn't have no PTSD and no sleepless nights and postpartum depression and all that shit with that, and that was some stuff that really affected you in your real life, how in the hell could a 1 minute altercation cause you all of this now all of a sudden? So he pretty much concluded severe exaggeration, gross fabrication, and intentional manipulation for secondary gain, as well as high paranoid thinking. He thinks she may be some around there schizophrenic. Okay? He says she has a high paranoid way of thinking. He said what she experienced would not cause trauma or PTSD. He also claims that there was mismatches of sources of information. He said, you done told one doctor one thing, then you done told this other psychiatrist another thing. So he say the information wasn't adding up. This was when Dr. Rosenberg took the stand, child. He also concluded that Miss Ellis had a total of 12 psychological care and treatment appointments in total. They finally added up that this lady had 12 in total for this altercation, 12 psychological care and treatment visits. Baby, she just running up the Dr. Bill child. She doing this all wrong. She did this all wrong, child, in my opinion. So yeah, pretty much Dr. James Rosenberg busted her ass out and said she lying. Ain't none of that she claiming will cause any of this. So yeah, he pretty much said she lied. If you say severe exaggeration, gross fabrication, and intentional manipulation for secondary gain, yeah, he pretty much calling you a liar, girl. Okay? Period. So then Dr. Fininky, the doctor who Cardi was actually going to see that day, he gets on the stand and testifies as well in day 3. He said and clarifies for us that there are no cameras outside of his office. So when we was asking, well, why don't they just pull up the cameras and then we'll know what actually happened? He confirmed for us that there are no cameras outside his office. So we won't be seeing no video footage of this. Okay? Dr. Fininky testified that there is no cameras outside of his doctor's office. Now, Dr. Fininky also said, and this is the OGBYN doctor that Cardi was actually going to see. This is him testifying. He said he heard yelling, and that's when he went out to see what was going on. He said when he went out to see what was going on, he says that his receptionist got hit, and he seen the phone in Miss Ellis' hand. So he's testifying that in fact he did see his receptionist, Miss Malcolm, get hit, and he also is testifying that he did see the phone in Miss Ellis's hands. He said he separated the two and was trying to get Miss Ellis on the elevator and off of the 5th floor, just like Tiara, the receptionist, told her to get back to her post. Okay? So you have 2 employees of this doctor's office telling Miss Ellis to get off the 5th floor. So it seems like she was causing more of the disturbance than Cardi. If you have the 2 of them telling you to leave the 5th floor instead of the other way around. He also said it was a lot of name calling and threats thrown. So he does admit that there was the B word being thrown around and all type of other threats. He's saying that he instructed Miss Ellis to stop with the verbal altercation and do her job, which was to secure the offices. He said he did not see, and this is Dr. Fininky testifying, he's saying he did not see any cuts, blood, scratches, or spit on Miss Ellis at all. He said he did hear Miss Ellis say, "I will fuck your shit up." So when Cardi said that's what Imani said to her, "I'm gonna fuck your shit up," Dr. Fininky say he definitely heard her say, "I will fuck your shit up." He said, hold on, y'all. He also said he did not see Cardi hit, spit, or threaten Miss Imani Ellis's job or any of the allegations Miss Ellis is claiming. Okay? So as far as the fat shaming, as far as using the N-word against her, as far as claiming she gonna get her fired, he's saying, Dr. Fininky is saying, no, I didn't see or hear any of that. Okay? Now, Miss Ellis's lawyer alluded to the fact that perhaps Mr. Fininky is not being truthful because he doesn't want to mess up him not being able to have a high-profile celebrity client again. He feels as if you trying to protect Cardi because you don't want to mess up your bag. He said, no, that is not the reason why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. This is what I've seen, and I'm just here to tell the truth. Okay? He's saying the altercations are not, wait, my bad. He's saying that the allegations that Miss Ellis is alluding to are not cohesive to what he saw. So Miss Ellis is running around saying that Cardi scratched her, spit on her, fat shamed her, threatened for her to lose her job, and all this social stuff. He's saying it ain't cohesive to what I saw. Okay? He's saying he also said that it was an epic yelling match. He also said that he does not believe that Cardi scratched his receptionist in the head, but he didn't really, put the blame on Miss Ellis. Okay? So that's pretty much what had happened in day 3. That was pretty much the testimony that we got in day 3 from all of the witnesses. We had the receptionist, we had the psychologist, and we also had Dr. Fininky testify. Now, all evidence was presented and closing arguments will be next week. So they pretty much had gave us all the evidence that they're gonna give in this case, and closing arguments will be next week. So right now, the judge instructed the jurors that Miss Ellis must prove emotional distress, battery, negligence, and damages. That's what she needs to prove to be able to win against Cardi. So it'll be up to the juries to decide if she proved her emotional distress, the battery, the negligence, and the damages. Okay? And the case is supposed to resume next Tuesday at 9 a.m. So, after concluding day 3, who y'all with? Who is y'all with? 1, Cardi. 2, Ellis. Child, I'm about to say 1 Cardi. Because, the doctor say you over there fabricating, gross. What he said? What he said around there? Gross fabrications. Girl, when the doctor said that and said that you got a paranoid way of thinking, I'm inclined to believe, girl, you over there doing a whole bunch of lying, and it's definitely a money grab. What you say around there, Cardi? What you say that happened, girl? Y'all put it in the chat. Which one y'all think it is, honey? Uh-huh. What you say around there, Cardi? Because, girl, I'm inclined to believe the same thing you believe in, girl. Because, girl, it ain't looking good for Miss Ellis, in my opinion, child. It ain't looking good. It ain't. She trying to do what, Cardi? What you say? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it again. You said what?
I said, that's a fucking lie.
Oh.
Fuck out of here. Just trying to get some money.
Oh.
Who's trying to get some money?
She is.
How do you know that?
Because she sued me for $24 million.
Did you sue her?
No. I was like, that's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Trying to get some money.
What was that?
I said, that's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Just trying to get some money.
Who's
Just trying to get some money.
trying to get some money?
She is.
So yeah, I'm inclined to believe she ain't finna get that money, honey. It seemed like she ran around all this time running up all these doctor bills, and her ass finna get popped. You done ran up here and ran up all these doctor. You ain't paid for shit. You done got shit done. You done had evaluations. You done shaded in bubbles. You done talked to motherfuckers, but you ain't paid not one bill. Not one. You done racked up all these freaking bills. When you should have been smart enough to compose yourself. Whether you was being accused of something you wasn't doing or being confronted for something that you got caught doing. You should have still upheld your position as a security guard in that place and not got out of hand with that woman. At period. You should have been doing your job. And then to tell her, I don't care who you are, I can do whatever I want to do. It was as if you was trying to turn up on her. Like you seen her by herself in a compromising situation and you tried to buck up on this woman. That's pussy. That's like you was bullying this woman at a doctor's appointment. Because you got starstruck and you was caught doing some shit out of pocket. Because she clearly's been saying the whole time. When she seen you with the camera and confronted you and asked you why you recorded me, you said, my bad. So that was like a admission to admitting to doing some fuck shit to begin with. So what was all the rah-rah for? And then when the receptionist stepped in, Cardi said, you turned all the way the fuck up. To the point where you was saying, this bitch hit me. You was really trying to make a scene and trying to garner up a case against her. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good for you, Imani, at all. But girl, like I said, they done had closing. They done gave us all the evidence. They will give us closing arguments on Tuesday. So I will definitely be catching up with the tea, and we will definitely be discussing what will happen in day 4. Okay? Yes, come through. So yeah, girl, messy boots. It's giving very much messy boots, and I don't think she gonna win. Yes, she was, QB. It was so obvious. Oh, about her acting, showing out. Everybody trying to hit a lick. Bridget say. Buttercup say, I cannot believe a case like this has gone on this long. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. Just read my book. Say, Cardi said, tell that bitch I'm sorry, though. Ooh. Wait, where'd she say that at? I didn't get that. I didn't hear that. Where'd she say that at? Peach Fuzz say 1, going with Cardi. Miss Queenie say 1, going with Cardi. Bridget say 1, a waste of time. Just read my book. Said Cardi can get a good disc record off of this. Buttercup say Lord at number 1, so 1 to Cardi. So I don't see no 2s for ELLIS in here. Ooh. Bridget say, so we suing folks for fat shaming now? Apparently. Oof. But shit, from what the psychologist is saying, Dr. Rosenberg, he's saying everything she may be saying is cause to paranoid thinking. When he said that, I was like, ooh, girl, they saying you schizo. You could have made up any motherfucking thing in your head that didn't happen, and now you trying to sue and say it happened. So yeah, she popped. I think she definitely gonna be popped, y'all. I think she definitely gonna be popped. So that's what they conjured up. And she conjuring up a lot of bills. I know that. A lot of IOUs that she gonna have to get to immediately. Cause y'all heard what the doctor said that did the micro needling. He said he don't care if she win or lose. She still gonna have to run that. He said he don't care if it's a guilty or an innocent verdict. Bitch better have my money. Okay? Period. He said it went on too long. That IOU needs to be put to rest. So bitch better have my money. Ooh, girl. So yeah. And 24 million is outrageous. When I finally got to hear the amount, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Well, child, I'm finna get on up out of here. I've enjoyed you all, Renegades. Thank y'all for stopping by to catch up on day 3 of the Cardi trial, honey. I'll be catching up with y'all soon. That tracker link is still available. I don't think y'all done filled it up yet, but I'm going to definitely check and see what it's giving because we definitely got to get into the tracker. So if you got anything to track, going on over to the tracker. Other than that, I hope you all enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Definitely be safe, drink responsibly, and like I always tell the girls, if you ain't cute, keep it cute, okay? If you ain't cute, keep it cute. I'll be catching up with you guys soon. Love you all, and thank you to all my Renegades and members for coming through, and shout out to the official Renegades moderator, Stephanie, and to the replay gang. You all be blessed. Have a good night, and I'll holla back. Gang, gang.